Welcome to the Culture Program. There we will, in this part 2, practice culture work. The audio could be low volume in practice part. Welcome again to the Culture Program. The Culture Workers Part 2. Host and producer Goodtrysound. Visit www.goodtrysound.com for more about Goodtrysound. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Culture Program Part 2. This part will be about culture workers. We will find out the answer together in this part. In this program we will have recorded on camera about culture work. Watch your screen if you are available. How is it to be a culture worker? How is daily life? How is it to not be available to work with culture practice on daily basis? How could a culture worker be available to work with culture on daily living? How is it when other people become culture worker and established in the culture community and industry? What is the terms or conditions to reach that kind of a living? The people that wants to make a daily living in culture needs to have good competence to create something that other people could buy your culture work. That is good enough to be public and to show off to the rest of the world. If people don't like what you're creating, they can listen to other music or buy another painting or travel to another event, see another movie, art or theater, or read something that is in your kind of category of culture subject, or a subject that you want to explore about culture. If you like culture, could you be a part of the culture industry and culture community? To work with culture, you could be anywhere in the world, almost, traveling around the world to see new countries, be a part of people's days in their cities. To be available to live with the culture that we can explore in our daily living. If you're a culture lover, there is culture everywhere. So many subjects that belongs to the culture industry and community. If you're a culture worker, or in your personal interest that lives in a city or a nation on daily time, you could be a part of something huge. When you're a culture worker or explore culture, that is depending if you are available to move and travel, you could travel to other cities or live in other cities and nations, because your equipment with culture could be placed in your bag. Of course, that's not always a good standard on a regular living, but come on, there is so much to see and explore as you could as a culture worker, often. With the equipment that is in the culture work, that don't always need to take a lot of space. If you are available to have the equipment in your living and not always in a room that is reserved for storage, the market and work with culture is big. You only need to have some salary to be available to live on. Then you could explore the entire world with some friends or other people that is in the culture community. To meet fans and followers, these people that like you as a culture worker. You do things that people listen to or see. These people as an audience. You need as a culture worker to hold on with this audience. These people that have your attention and love. It could be hard to be a part of something else. questions that is in your community, this kind of commitment is rough. Because of the fans don't always stand by your side, when you are as a culture worker, it could be hard to make a living on culture work if you take part of something that people need to vote for. These kind of questions could be hard to stand for when the audience doesn't listen or see any more about your culture practice or work. Culture work. There, as a culture worker, you need to have a platform to show off your culture work. When you're done with your culture work, or if you want to show off your work with culture before it's done, to reveal the work. There you have an audience, or that you could start to build up your audience. There are several platforms at the internet that you could have free access to create a user. There you could show off your culture work. Or at YouTube, there it is free to upload video creations if you are a painter, sculpture worker, a writer, or some kind of culture worker, also creating music and other video creations. To be a culture worker, you could record on camera. You could with different programs create a video. Then you could upload as a short video or a long video, depending on how you would like to have your culture work showing to the world. Of course, the most expensive moment now is to buy some kind of a camera or equipment to record a movie or to take photos with. Then you could, with programs, create a video and upload on YouTube that is almost public service for free to create a user and to upload videos. Have you thought about how many breaths a singer takes between every word or sentences that the singer sings a song? To hit every note from the music instrument, that the vocal feels like it's in the track and not outside the track. That the vocal and the singer could be high on every word, that the vocal is a equalizer above the instrument. How many times are the song repeating, or how many times are the lyrics in the tracks that is the chorus in the song? Or do the lyrics start over again after the lyrics is finished? The production on every track are very difficult to decide. That the tracks could have different parts in a song, that the lyrics could come again a couple of times and sometimes not. Their collaboration and featuring tracks with other artists and musicians could be different than the original song. The original remix from the artist could also be different. There may be the fans and also the singer could sing wrong when the remix song is different than the original song. Also, when artists and bands and musicians perform live, the song isn't always on that record that is recorded. It could be a little different if you sing some words wrong. All this audience that we have in the community is listen or seeing about the culture work if you have their attention. That you will show off to other people in your own audience or in another platform. There are small or big ticket for that culture work. Could pay that culture workers bills and have a living on that subject or object that sells in the culture work. Here there is a small kind of discussion. Who is gonna pay for all that culture work that we've been taking up before? All this audience can't pay for the culture workers' living. There is something else that musicians have it is royalties. And in the store or at the market online, the culture worker often could be a little off. To talk about the sides from politicians and in the communities questions, the politicians questions could make that a culture worker could be placed in the corner and not selling culture objects. Back to the vote discussion. To be a part of something as a culture worker is hard to take a vote for. It could be that the culture work is down. Afterwards, you make a statement or that you have voted. The audience maybe can't stand or discuss in the community what you have make a statement or what you have been voting for. Take the culture work or a culture subject that many is a part of to discuss in the community, even at a newspaper, even some designs that make a discussion afterwards, it has been revealed. Take a painting that could also be some kind of discussion afterwards, it has been revealed. That we want to say, but we can't speak it out all the way, is that take a part of something in the community as a culture worker, that you sing or that you show up as a painting or a sculpture could have consequences in the community and even in your own audience and even in other audience that is seeing or listening to your culture work. Take on a company that have events on the summer or in the winter. That is a huge risk to take a part of something in the community or in the culture work. To vote for something could be very sensitive, and it's very easy to lose your audience and also be a part of something that is dirty talk. How could we draw more people into the culture work when it is so sensitive in the community and also as a culture worker to vote for something, to take a part for something, to make a statement, or as we recently have been speaking about? The culture that people are doing could take different time, energy and preparation. Even to have some space for your culture work could be difficult. Even that all of these things to be prepared for culture take a lot of time in your daily living. Where are we going to be located? Do we have own properties or do we rent somewhere to be? Do we have all the tools that we need, or are we not at the right place to do our culture work in our daily living? Do we need to travel somewhere else to continue with our culture work and practice? Do we have neighbors that don't like high music in the evenings? Could we turn down that volume or paint or made a sculpture design that smells a lot in our building that people can't stand because of the illness? Or that property owners don't agree to have volume in the apartment or in the community that the village could be also. We are thinking maybe when we hear or see about culture worker, there is some that is from that professional branch. It doesn't need to be a professional from the culture work to be pronounced as a culture worker. What does it need to be named or called yourself as a culture worker. Does the only thing that is about to be a culture worker? To do something that is including culture work. What is then culture and a culture worker to be named? Culture is from several categories. Things we can do as a human being. Simple thing is to sing, draw a painting, make a sculpture of snow, if there is snow available. Culture work doesn't need to be hard or difficult. There is a difference if you want to be a professional culture worker. There the amount of money could be high cost to invest in yourself to be successful. It could also be about to find a place in your category in culture subject. Their culture subject is your head subject. There you can give everything you can. When you have the opportunity to success with your culture work, the tools you have is your equipment to be available to show off your work with culture when you're done, or if you do a reveal before. Your knowledge is your path forward. Continue with culture work and practice to keep develop you as a culture worker. There you find your tool as your equipment to still be a culture practice. There the tool could almost be anything that make you perform with culture. The tool could be a pencil to draw a painting. The tool could be your voice to sing also. Or something that you can make a sculpture with is snow. There you can make whatever you want if you have access to the material when you're making a sculpture. Then we could raise that question, who is a culture worker? Is everyone could be a culture worker? The kind of culture practice doesn't need to be hard or difficult. To be called a culture worker, could that require that we want to be called a culture worker? Or even that we speak about culture practice that the professional is called by the name because of their work with culture practice. Who deserves then the title culture worker? Is there people that could live on culture we should call by its professional name? Or people that spend a lot of time by doing culture practice that deserve the title culture worker? People that wants to be called culture worker, they spend time, a couple of hours by the year, by practicing culture work. To be called by the title as a culture worker, is that an old tradition that we not speak about so often in these days? Their title is a high valued word to be called after, where the word or title has lost its sentences when few is still in the business by its professional branch organization. Their people do other work daily than culture practice. Even that we see culture as not a daily work. There the culture is everywhere. Their culture is several categories that we don't think about culture subjects. The radio, for an example, the television, that shows movies or documentaries, sculpture, that is often in our community, also properties or may be qualified as a sculpture when the architect is design. Paintings we often see and more culture work, could you name some as the other subject that is in culture? Now it's time to have a screen time. There we will draw, sing, play music with instrument, and then in the end sing a complete song Take place and make it comfortable. Look at your screen. We have now time with practice in this culture part about culture workers. How could we be more prepared when we are having our own time with culture, if that is on your schedule? Or do you need to write in your calendar to make place with draw or paint time, only you or with your friends? Or do you have time to begin with drawing or painting, only to have a push to begin or to have a start or something to do when you have your own time? You can start drawing or painting, or with your activity. It doesn't need to be named or called as a culture time or the activity you have. The time can also be named as your own free time. You do whatever you want to do. Do you think about when you draw or paint? Do you use a pencil before drawing to make sure you're at the right line in your painting? Do you have what you need to draw? Take a pencil and draw with us. Write down on a paper, if you're coloring another day, which area you're going to paint a specific coloring with. Here we are painting with a pencil and then with color pencils. Before this video and this talking, we have been prepared and done a couple of painting and drawings before this recording. With pencil and with color pencil. And this painting and this recording without the ruler was also okay in the end of the painting to show you. We started with a ruler and then tried without. We wanted to do our best in front of you as our audience, fans and followers. That we was prepared to do the best in front of you in the camera. But do you have paint or making a drawing before you see this? If you want, take your time. If you don't have, follow our steps to draw. We'll first draw with a lead pencil, black and gray, to have some lines to follow. Now with a ruler to have a straight lines on our drawing. We are drawing something that we can see in our day. People playing soccer, a car that takes you to the soccer field, a soccer house or a property to live in, sky and the sun, land, property ground. We can also have our own explain about our drawing or painting if you want to see the painting in another perspective. Old word language that a picture could tell more than 1,000 words. Don't miss out our garden in the painting. We wanted to choose something that we all can connect with in this painting. There will be a freeze video of this painting that we are drawing now in our culture work, part 2, culture workers. It doesn't need to be hard or difficult to begin with an activity outside of our daily living. Here we can start with a pencil and paper to draw. What we could think about to be permanent on a paper that we save or give away to someone the painting could be for. Don't throw away anything. You never realize. If you make it to be a professional culture worker, everything you have done before is stepped in a bigger world with branch professionals. So you started with a drawing or a painting from somewhere in the world. How do you prepare if you have no color on a lead pencil? Do you wash every pencil? Think about to have some other clothes if you're painting with colors that is not solid color, and also the floor, table, chairs to cover with some paper. So your time don't ending up with a huge bill for everything that is not necessary to have paint on. Take your time when you're protecting your own clothes so you don't have color on your clothes. So you can have many more hours and culture practice with these clothes or at this table, chairs or at this floor. Could you use your own kitchen table to have your time? Or do you need some other place to be around when you're having your own time? We mentioned that we had painted this painting before this record moment in Culture Workers. We still wanted to paint a little different even this time and add some details. And also takes some time. Where do we have to be just this hour of time when we paint, drawing or having our culture experience? The final of the drawing is in the end of this moment. That the last details is not in this movie. It would have lasted forever this time. Only the drawing time in this culture program about culture workers. Some few words about our final painting when it shows at the wall. Wait and you will see. Now the small talk is ending and you will have only the pencil. Maybe you can hear a little bit. Here is our final painting. We added the colors we had in the home studio. Nothing expensive. Our sky is a little dark blue. The sun is yellow. Barely see the color in the movie or in this culture program. The camera is what we have and it's not so expensive, only basic equipment. Below the property there is a grey color, but it almost is brown in the camera. Some lead pencil, black and grey on the car. Nothing specific. This is our final drawing. How is your painting? Do you want to upload your painting or drawing on the internet or on the social media? Could you do a hashtag that it tells at the internet or social media or World Wide Web with a hashtag your picture after your painting or drawing with culture time Goodtrysound and then a hashtag before. So we try hashtag culture time Goodtrysound or with another hashtag if you want to add and show your work to the public around the world. Even your other time or other hours with culture, practice or work or traveling in the culture community. Being a culture worker, hashtag your time or work with hashtag culture time Goodtrysound or with another hashtag if you want to. Now we had other practice in this culture program about culture workers. Here we have a song moment in this culture program about culture workers. How to sing. The song could be different in different artist, band and in music categories. To sing doesn't need to be hard. Some extra space to exercise with song. Of course, if you are not alone and live with other people, you maybe can't sing so often. We need to have space for our song and to other people to live. Then you will need extra space to rent or to buy a property to practice song. If you live alone, you could sing in your space, not so loud, or at late evenings. The song you could sing and practice is songs from the radio or from the CD player that we often listen to or at our playlist on some streaming platform. Investigate or check the songs before you exercise. If just this song or track is locked with a patent right to some particular company. Ask them before practice or practice another song. Take now a song you could practice on, make your own version as a cover. Or only repeat the song until you do your own music, or sing so much you want without to be a singer or a culture worker. That you feel you are good enough to upload your own music creation, share with your friends or family, or don't upload at all. No one is full complete, learned or best in the world forever. You can do it. Take a chance if you could and try your best. Now in this moment, we will practice on a song that is from Goodtrysound's music creations. This song is named Mom. Follow us to practice the song as it was written to sing. You don't need to sing with us or learn how to sing just this song. Follow our steps to sing and warm up the voice. After this, you could take in something from this program, a moment to learn about song. We have uploaded this lyric mom and guitar composition to the homepage www.goodtrysound.com. In the culture program in the menu below the culture worker February. We will start with a question to all of you in the audience. Only need to reply to yourself. Do you often sing, or is this a new moment in your life to sing? In the culture industry, in the music category, the most regular to start with music is to sing. It is also not so expensive. To have something to begin with if you want to be a part of the culture industry and community in another perspective as a culture worker. If you would like to have that title when you practice culture work. A lot of people could sing. Often we could sing with a song that comes from the radio or from the playlist. It doesn't need to be a particular song to start sing with. Now we will begin to warm up before we practice on the song Mom. Clear your voice. Take some water if your throat is dry. Begin with regular voice standard to spell the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F. Then continue with the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you hear or feel that this warm-up was every word or number at the exact same voice, volume, standard or regular voice you would like to have in the song? In the video the number speak was lower volume. If you want to stay with this exercise, continue warm-up, we will continue warm-up with the song Mom. The first sentences in the song I have your eyes, I have a look, we have been fighting since a decade back. Now we will try to sing these 4 sentences. I have your eyes, I have your look, we have been fighting since a decade back. Do you want to sing this song? How high voice would you like to have when you sing the song Mom? Do you wish to have your own volume? Do the warm-up again and then say that voice if you would like to have another volume in this song Mom. Did you feel under this warm-up with the lyrics Mom that we needed to hold our breath when we were singing? The words and sentences belongs in one to sing out. Don't hold your breath, then you will have no air and no capable to sing out the entire song. Breathe quickly between the lines to continue the song. Small breaths until the song is finished. The song will now repeat twice and then the song is finished. Here we start to count down. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. I have your eyes, I have your look. We have been fighting since a decade back. Why are we fighting against each other? No one of us can tell that story. Small things, big things, why don't it ever stop? We are fighting somebody else's fights. All these years has passed away with only bad memories. Could we come along, or is this the end of the story? Between us together, could we turn everything back? Could we be friends? Bury all that fights behind us? Could we be in the same room again? Or is this the end? How many years are you prepared to repair everything that is broken? I have your eyes, I have your look. We have been fighting since a decade back. Why are we fighting against each other? No one of us can tell that story. Small things, big things, why don't it ever stop? We are fighting somebody else's fight. All these years has passed away with only bad memories. Could we come along, or is this the end of the story? Between us together, could we turn everything back? Could we be friends? Bury all that fights behind us? Could we be in the same room again? Or is this the end? How many years are you prepared to repair everything that is broken? Great. Now we have warmed up and also sing the song Mom. Some of the words and sentences go up and down as we sing, as the song was written. If this song is too difficult to sing, take the song and sing the song as you would like to sing it out. The song Mom is recorded to Sveriges Radio Music Portal, and the song is uploaded at YouTube, both at the English playlist and radio version playlist at Goodtrysound YouTube account. Read more at the homepage www.goodtrysound.com. Now we will play guitar, simple play that is in this song. See the lyrics paper on the homepage, their guitar composition is written. You have your guitar or another music instrument with you. You can freeze the video if you need time to pick up your music instrument to follow us to play the song Mom. Are you ready with the lyrics in front of you? Here we begin to warm up even with music instrument. Slow begin with 4x4 composition. You have the notes on the homepage as we told in the vocal moment. We will show you 4x4 slow composition. We take a note, D, and then we slow. We will count down to 4, then we will try. Even in the 4x4 composition, we will count down. Watch and we will try together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1001, 1002. 1003, 1004, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Just take it slow if you are a new beginner with guitar or music instrument. You can try with another note. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. If you're not sure if you take the right note, take a small peek, check. Okay? Do I hit the notes? Do I hit this? Try again. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. You don't need to play so fast. Take it in your own time. Now we have warmed up and having the 4x4 composition. We will try to play the entire song with 4x4 composition. We begin with the intro, okay? If it's hard to play without singing, low vocal, low volume when we warm up with the guitar. It's pretty hard without singing. finish with us with this song. To play the guitar without singing, did we play correct? I don't think so. In the beginning, a little wrong. Then we take up the song. It could be easier and not be easier. Okay, you continue. We do this together, okay? Now we will try to have another composition that is 8x8. Follow our moves with the hand and composition. This is most regular as 4x4 composition. We will show. Count down to 4. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Okay, come on. Up and down, we go with the hand. With the fingers or with some tool, okay? When we taken it a little bit harder, but you can take it more easier. We begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can try to take it slow. Okay? On the top we begin now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your hand on the notes until you're done with the music. That's right. What you're going to. With the lyrics, with the composition. Now we are warming up. Take some notes. Practice on the notes you are harder with. You need to know them. Fast or slow, you move. We will talk more about these later. The speed could be different in 4x4 and in 8x8. In this particular song, the speed and composition is already written. Let's find out which composition you would like to have in this song Mom, 4x4 or 8x8. You could also change the composition and also the notes in the song also, if you want to have the song more difficult. then swipe to another. You can try by your own after this, okay? Now we will play the entire song Mom with 8x8 composition. We will count down without warm-up. We start with the intro, okay? Count down to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was the entire song with 8x8 composition. We will try to learn to play the guitar in different compositions now in the song Mom. First we will try with 4x4 in the first page, then 8x8 in page 2. After we will change composition to 8x8, page 1, 4x4, page 2. It could be a little difficult to have different compositions and take down in the song. But we will learn together now, or if we will try later. One 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. With the intro we begin 4x4. 8x8. Are you with us? Come on. Between us together, could we turn everything back? Are you with us now? The last. E, D, come on. E, then we start over. Not the intro. 8x8, the whole first page, and 4x4 the rest. And we could feel which composition we could choose to play this song. Okay? I hold on to E now. C, 8x8. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I had your eyes. Now, 4x4, I'll do a slow down. That was the entire song with 4x4 and with 8x8. How is this to play? In different composition, and that we play together this music song, Mom, on Goodtrysound Music Creations. Remember, you are never alone, always a phone call away to have support if you have great friends and family. Stay with the guitar in your position, because the next moment in the culture worker is to play the entire song and sing out the song as it is recorded. We have practiced on vocal and now guitar with low vocal with the guitar to sing, or louder if you want to. Hope you are warmed up. Your Here we have the result after practicing with vocal and then guitar. The song Mom complete with 8x8 composition. Don't forget that there is other music instrument than guitar. Don't be mad or disappointed if you don't play this song in the first as it was recorded. We have practiced this song so many times and we don't play this song complete or with wrong tones or with wrong vocal. Or if you practice another song, it will be hard to play some songs. If you try to play a song that is recorded, if you can make a cover of it, the level of difficult is almost depending on every song that is recorded. To manage to play after a scale of difficult that the song is written, could you find that scale of difficult? Or do you try to play the song in a slow composition and vocal, and then try to move up as the song was written? If you complete the song or another song, you made it as it was written. It could be hard, many times, many hours, a lot of energy, a lot of patience. If the song is too hard to play, try to take the song another time or another song that is easier, and then make your own cover of the recording of the song. We have tried to do different kind of culture practice together, and also maybe you have learned a little bit about culture work or about what you have seen in this program. Did you think it was hard? Do you want help to begin with your culture work or be a better culture worker, or just search for another activity? At the internet, as YouTube, video or other streaming platform that is kind of public service, there you could search for culture practice and learn more about culture work. Visit your local library. Visit the stores. There you could find books to read about more detailed work about culture work. This moment we have practiced on in this Culture Worker Part 2 from the Culture program from Goodtrysound.com. If this moment or culture work doesn't reach out to you, if your personal interest is in another activity, try that activity. If we have your attention, we are very warm in our heart to have your attention if you're seeing or listening to this program. Or if you don't have any activity at all outside your work or in your daily life, do you want to have an activity? You don't need to reply to us, reply to yourself. What is your own culture activity, or what is your own activity outside work or in your daily life? What could you start practice with if you would like to begin some activity or with culture work? Or what subject do you want to begin to explore? Or just follow the community from the culture branch or another community. Don't forget that we will produce culture program during 2026. In this program we have mentioned YouTube, that we don't do commercial for or don't have any collaboration with, only that YouTube is free to use, to upload video and to watch video. Kinda as a public free international online platform, and there is several platforms to use. Only that we use YouTube as our platform to upload video that you can watch and be a part of for free. Until the next time we have our culture program release part 3. Have a great culture experience and don't forget to visit us www.goodtrysound.com.